Hello everyone. So we're starting something new on the Millennial Investor series. It's going to be called Ask Tomie. I'm going to be answering some of the questions I get on social media. So if you'd like me to feature your question, please leave your question in the comment section. Today I'm going to be taking 3 questions. And the first question is, hi Tomie, I'm a student in my 20s and I'd like to know how best I can invest. Basically, that's the question I was asking. So I think well done. The fact that you're in your 20s and you're thinking about investing is really good. When I was in my 20s, that was the last thing on my mind. So well done, right? You're very proactive about your future, which is good. But this is what I would say. This is the time for you to build excellent money habits. This is the time for you to learn how to save, how to budget, right? And how to live within that budget. So you might think that you're not earning enough income now, but even with the income that you think is small, you need to make sure you have a plan for that money. So on a regular basis, have a plan, which is called a budget. The budget is really just having a plan for your money. Know how much you want to spend and how much you want to invest. The good thing is you can start investing with as low as 2,000 naira, which is less than $10 in a mutual fund in Nigeria. All right. So build up the habits, the good money habits, and then just begin to start investing in an option that is professionally managed, which is why I recommend mutual funds. You can also try the stock market, but make sure you speak to a stockbroker and ask them for to advise you on what stocks to buy and which one. I mean, think long term. Because you're really young, you have the next 20, 30 years ahead of you. So don't be in a hurry to get into short-term or speculative investment options, all right? Think long-term, invest in these options, and then continue to build, your knowledge about investing, all right? This is the time to build up knowledge. Read as many books as you can, sign up for online courses if you can, get into the right community where you're learning every time. This is the time to really build a very strong foundation, invest with what you have, and then learn and continue to invest, all right? When you get into your 30s, you'll be earning a lot more income at that point, and you'll be able to start investing in a lot more options at that point, all right? So well done. So the next question is, hi Tomie, I run a small business. How do I invest? I love this question, and that's because a lot of small business owners don't think that they should be investing, and I get it. I mean, when I stepped out of 9 to 5 and I started running my business, a lot of things changed for me. It was like a wake-up call, right? Because it was different. When I was working 9 to 5, I'll get my salary and I would have my budget and I would put money into investing. But as a small business owner, you're really working hard, to ensure that your business even makes money. If you have staff, you have to pay your staff. There's so many things that come into play, right? But you need to be thinking about investing as well, right? Because it's even more risky for you now. When you're running a small business, you're running a very risky operation. I mean, I really hope that your small business succeeds, but anything can happen, right? So it's even more important that you begin to think about investing even as a small business owner. So this is where it starts. Pay yourself a salary, all right? Pay yourself a salary. If you're a startup and you cannot pay yourself a salary, that's fine. Pace yourself, and as your business grows and it gets to the point where you can pay yourself a salary, please put structure in place and pay yourself a salary. Once you pay yourself a salary, you should take, budget out an amount of money from that salary into something, into investing. Now, your business is an asset, all right? Your business is an asset, but it's a growth asset, which is what we usually term risky, assets. It is very risky. It will grow, right? But don't reinvest all your money back into your business if you can. And I understand that this is not a generic, I'm not giving you generic advice here. I understand that there are businesses at different phases. If you're at the stage of a business where you have to put in back all your profits, that's fine. But have a structure in place and have a plan in place where you know that at this point in time, I'm going to pay myself a salary, and then from that salary, I will start my investment plan. All right? So pay yourself a salary, put structure in place. Don't reinvest all your profits back into your business. You can pay yourself some elements of the profit and put that in an investment. That way you are building a diversified portfolio. So your business is an asset, a growth asset, and you can keep putting back say 80 to 70% of your profit back into your business to grow your business. But how about putting 20 to 30% in another asset so that you can spread your risks a little, all right? So that's what I would say. If you own a small business, yes, you can invest, and this is how you can invest. third question is, hi Tomie, what's the most inspirational book you've read? I've read so many inspirational books. This was actually a tough question to answer, because when I read a book and I'm very excited about it, then I read the next book and I'm very excited about it. You know, so it's very difficult for me to try and remember all of the inspirational books I've read, and I have read a couple of inspirational books. But I would say that in recent times, one book that held me bound, for lack of a better word to use, you know, I was stuck from the very first page to the last page, is Shoe Dog by Phil Knight. Phil Knight is the founder of Nike, an amazing company, an amazing company. Like, that company just gets you. The emotional campaigns are so emotional. You just relate to that company on a different level. Like, everybody wants to own a Nike. Like, it just makes you like have a new definition of cool, you know. But you know, that book was so exciting to read. It was fantastic storytelling. It was such a pure story written in very true terms. There was no glazing over the real facts. It was just so real, and so, you know, I connected with that book on a really deep level. So it was very inspirational for me. So I think that if you can, get your hands on Shoe Dog, especially if you're starting in business, you should read it. I want to read it the second time. I'm really looking forward to reading it the second time. And then I think the second inspirational book will be Becoming by Michelle Obama. It was a very inspirational book to me because, you know, she basically took us through life, different phases of life for her. You know, she was not in any way an overnight success. They actually really paid the price. The Obamas paid the price, like, no doubt. They didn't get there by just being nice and good looking. They really put in a lot of hard work. So it just reminds you that this stage of my life, or this phase of my life, is very important, and working hard, so that one day when we get to the glory days, I will be able to write my story, you know, and you'll be able to write your story as well. So I really loved Shoe Dog, and I really loved Becoming. And I'm sure that by next year I'll have more inspirational books, because I'm always reading books, all right? So those are the 3 questions I'll answer on this Ask Tomie episode today. So if you want to ask me a question, please leave it in the comment section, and I'll get to it in the next Ask Tomie episode on the Millennial Investor series. On that note, I'll see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe. All right, bye people.